All right, you guys ready for some serious, mind-blowing stuff?
You bet.
Because we're going deep into the world of performance today. Like, ever wondered why some artists can practically set themselves on fire on stage and still get a standing ovation?
Yeah, and others get booed off even if they're treated with kid gloves.
Exactly. So we're going to tackle that head on.
That's where Stefan Pinkwart's piece, The Last Punchline, comes in. It's like a linguistic neck breaker. Seriously, this thing doesn't hold back. It just throws this brutally honest and like hilariously dark perspective on the whole performance thing.
Especially in the context of poetry slams, right?
Right. So for those who haven't experienced the thrill of a poetry slam, just imagine poets battling it out on stage with their words. The audience is the judge, jury, and executioner.
And sometimes it gets messy.
Oh, it gets messy, all right.
Pinkwart just throws the whole artists need to be loved thing right out the window.
Yeah.
He goes full-on hardcore and argues that facing criticism, even outright hatred, can be way more valuable than constantly chasing approval.
Sounds crazy.
It does, kind of.
Yeah.
But you guys sent this text in for a reason, right? Maybe you're creative yourselves or deal with public speaking or just want to know how to handle criticism when the metaphorical mob's at your door.
Yeah.
So buckle up because we're diving deep into Pinkwart's unconventional wisdom and hopefully extracting some seriously useful, if slightly painful insights along the way.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, so Pinkwart kicks things off with this image that just twists your brain into a pretzel. Donald Trump in the Rose Garden, all dramatic arms in the air like a roadkill hamster in sunglasses. I mean, come on, that's hilarious. Right?
He is pretty vivid.
And then in the same breath, he paints this picture of Kevin, our young slam poet dude, walking on stage with a bouquet of flowers, looking like a pastor hearing his third joke about sex toys. What the heck is going on here?
Well, what Pinkwart's highlighting is this deep-seated need to be liked. It's there in both figures, right? Trump with his believe me bravado, and Kevin with his innocent bouquet like some peace offering to a potentially hostile crowd. And Pinkwart calls him out hard.
Oh, he does. He says, they're as wrong as a vegan butcher in a petting zoo. Brutal, but kind of accurate, don't you think? Like, isn't this craving for applause a stumbling block in other areas of life, too?
Absolutely. You know, you work your butt off, you present something, and all you want is a pat on the back. But Pinkwart flips the script. He says this whole idea of applause equaling love is a trap.
A trap.
Yeah, like a big old bear trap waiting to snap on your ego. He compares the stage to a courtroom, not a Tinder date. It's like you're the defendant, the witness, and the executioner all rolled into one just because you dared to share a poem. Kind of intense.
Super
Jokes
intense.
it.
And after Kevin's epic fail on stage, there's this scene backstage with him crying IKEA tears, like silent and full of suppressed rage. We've all been there.
Yeah.
And that's when Tanja enters the picture.
Oh, Tanja, a seasoned slam poet who's probably destroyed more stages than a demolition crew. And she delivers this line that just stops you dead in your tracks. You don't need fans, Kevin. You need enemies.
I mean, at first you're like, wait, what?
Hmm.
But when you really think about it, Tanja's seen it all. Maybe she's onto something.
Exactly. While Kevin's over there assembling his imaginary IKEA furniture in his mind, Tanja gets it. She understands that real growth sometimes comes from facing resistance head on.
Yeah, it's like that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Except in this case, it's more like what makes you want to crawl under a rock and die might actually be the key to unlocking your true potential.
And to drive that point home, Pinkwart throws us into the mosh pit of his filthiest examples. Buckle up, because things are about to get real. Take the retirement home slam, for instance. The setting alone is comedy gold. Kevin earnestly trying to discuss the digitalization of emotions while some old dude in the audience yells, your mom breastfed you too long. Like, what do you even do with that?
Right. Run, cry, call your mom.
Well, Kevin doesn't exactly handle it like a pro. He completely freezes, forgets his lines, starts stammering, and then the nurse comes in threatening music therapy. Talk about torture.
And as if that wasn't enough,
Yeah.
the walkers start flying.
Oh yeah, the walkers, like projectiles of geriatric rage. It's pure chaos. But here's the thing. Kevin ends up with a minor concussion and a new poem that doesn't apologize for anything. Like the experience literally knocks some sense into him.
It's like he finally realized that trying to please everyone is a recipe for creative disaster.
Exactly. These experiences force you to confront rejection, develop thicker skin, and maybe even find or refine your own unique style. And speaking of thick skin, Pinkwart's next example, the Hitler analogy at a village fair, is, well, pretty ballsy.
Oh yeah, that one.
Kevin's poem is about political apathy, and he ends it with the line, those who stay silent today will elect a Führer tomorrow. Now, imagine delivering that in a village where 68% of the voters lean right. I wouldn't expect a standing ovation.
More like flying beer steins.
Mm.
But it gets even better. 3 tractors block the exit. The mayor starts chucking bratwurst. I'm picturing this whole scene. That's amazing. And a baby screams, "Fake news!" And Kevin, he's grinning. The dude is totally unfazed.
Because in that moment, he's not seeking approval. He's making a statement. And Pinkwart uses this example to show that even in the face of utter absurdity, even when surrounded by literal roadblocks, you can still find your voice and your power.
And maybe that's the difference between seeking validation and seeking truth.
Right. Like, who cares if the mayor throws a bratwurst at you if you're speaking your truth? Maybe that bratwurst is a badge of honor, a sign that you've actually hit a nerve.
And that's the kind of impact that no amount of applause can ever replicate.
Now, my personal favorite is the porn convention gig. Kevin performing a heartfelt poem about body image and toxic masculinity, while in the background there's a live dildo demo happening. I mean, the contrast alone is hilarious.
It's so ridiculous. It's brilliant.
But then the microphone dies, and his attempt to rhyme self-esteem with limb routine gets drowned out by the moans of some guy named Big Tony. It's like a scene from a fever dream.
But guess what? Someone catches the whole thing on their phone, and the next day, Kevin's performance goes viral on TikTok. Not cute cat video viral, but like, this hurts in all the right places. Viral, as Pinkwart puts it.
Right. And he uses this bizarre example to show that even failure can lead to unexpected attention, and maybe even the kind of attention that actually makes a difference.
And that's exactly the point. If all you want is applause, then go join the circus. But if you want your art to truly connect, to resonate, then you have to be willing to weather the storm. Pinkwart puts it best. Hate is honesty on LSD. It shows you where it hurts, and that's exactly where you need to go. Radical right.
It's definitely a perspective that makes you think. But look at Kevin's transformation. His final performance in New York. He's wearing a t-shirt that says, "I fluffed your opinion," with rhymes. No more hesitation, no bouquet, no desperate pleas for validation. Just raw, unfiltered truth. When the first boo rings out, he laughs. Talk about a cathartic moment.
Totally liberating. He's finally embraced the dark side of performance. He's accepted that even negative reactions are a form of feedback, maybe the most honest form.
And with that, Pinkwart turns to you, our listener. He asks, what will you do now? Another poem about sunsets? Another Insta-quote about self-discovery? Or, are you finally going to get dirty? It's a call to action to step outside your comfort zone and embrace the messiness of real life.
It's a challenge to create something that matters, even if it makes people uncomfortable, even if it gets you booed off the stage.
And maybe that's the ultimate takeaway from all of this, that growth often happens in the most unexpected and uncomfortable places.
And that constantly seeking validation can actually hold us back from achieving our true potential.
So yeah, the last punchline might not be your typical feel-good self-help guide, but it's definitely a punch in the gut that we all might need.
Before we wrap things up, we wanted to recommend Pinkwart's book, Poetry Master Poesycraft in 7 Tagen. He calls it the only poetry guide with a spine and a shut-the-fuck-up manifesto for those who are serious about their craft.
It covers everything from taming stage enemies to writing unforgettable poems, breaking free from applause addiction, going through brutal exercises, finding failure stages, and decoding those brutal audience reactions.
So if you're looking for a safe space where everyone gets a participation trophy, this ain't it. But if you're ready to get your hands dirty and embrace the wild, unpredictable world of performance, then this book is for you.
Definitely a must-read for those who are tired of being patted on the head.
In that spirit, may creative Stefan.